Hello everyone. So if you follow my channel, you're probably wondering where are the last updates from the master degree in entrepreneurship and innovation. And the reason I still didn't do any update is because now we are just doing two modules that will go at the same time until the end of the program, and that will be the master thesis and the entrepreneurial project. All right, so we're not having classes every day, so I think there's no need of doing still a weekly update. So I'll probably reduce that to a monthly update and tell you guys how it went through the month of January, beginning the second semester of the master course. And let's do it. Let's jump to it and I'll show you what happened. All right. Hello, my dear and fellow entrepreneurs. I'm really glad you guys are here in my channel. So if you're not familiar with my channel, here we talk about my updates in the Master Degree of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Lund University, as well as talking about how you can start your own business, some tips and tricks, how to create a website, everything you need to start your first business. All right, so if you like that, consider subscribing right here, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to leave me one of these bad boys right here because it helps me as well. Okay, so let's jump to it. So we started the second semester in the master degree, and during the week 20, which was from the 11th of January to the 15th of January, we still had the financial module going on. So that was the last week for that. But we had to do like an elevator pitch for our project. And we had to do that sort of elevator pitch focused to an investor. So we had to do all the financial analysis and everything and pitch to the exact investor we wanted to get. So if it was for a bank loan, you would have to set up your presentation for a bank. If it was for an angel investor, you would have to do so. Or if it was for venture capitalists, doesn't matter. You would have to focus your presentation to your target audience, which was an investor, all right? So we had to do that, and of course you have to present your idea and structure so they understand what you're talking about, and then you present the numbers and your projections, your cash flow analysis, and so on, just like I said in the previous video that we also did that, but now it was more focused to a presentation for an investor, so you had to give all the background information and everything. So we got the feedback from the previous presentation before Christmas, and now we had to do this pitch, complete pitch to an investor, and we got evaluated by that. All right, besides that, we also had to deliver an individual report where we talked about the experiences during the two assignments, these two presentations we had to do for the financial module, and connect all the learnings we got from those assignments with the literature from this course. All right, so that was pretty much it from week 20. It was pretty fun to do that presentation and also to see other groups presenting their ideas and their financial projections. So that was pretty fun, at least for me that has a financial background. That was super fun to do the projections and discuss assumptions around that. That was pretty much week 20. So for the week 21, which was from the 18th to the 22nd of January, we had a course reintroduction because, as I told you guys in the beginning of this video, we're now working on two modules and two modules only until the end of the program, which is the Master Thesis and the Entrepreneurial project, all right? And our course coordinator, Craig, he described everything, all the assignments and the deadlines we have, the deliveries, until the end of the program. So for both modules, he just drew like the timeline until the end to explain us what we need to deliver and when we need to deliver it. We had the same presentation like in the beginning of the course, but he just refreshed it so we get it fresh in our minds, what we need to deliver, what is expected from us. All right, so that was pretty cool to have this second time because it's a lot of information, and it's good to see it again. And now that we're closer to those deadlines, we can plan ourselves. So we're not having classes every day, so we have more time to work on both of our projects and the master thesis. All right. So we also had a lecture with some people from the library, from Lucem Library, and they explained us how to use all the resources from the library, how to find like good papers to use for your master thesis. We also had another person talking about how to write in the style that Lund University applies for the master thesis. So all the referencing, guiding, and everything, and so on. All right, so that was really good because it will be helpful when we're writing the thesis. And besides that, we also had a lecture with our master thesis supervisor. We had to hand in on the week 20, I forgot to mention, we had to hand in a thesis proposal. And by that, you just mention what topic you want to do, and you choose a partner. So it's written in a pair. So every 2 persons has to deliver 1 master thesis. And basically we get to choose what we're writing about. Of course, it has to be related to entrepreneurship and with stuff that we have learned during the previous modules. All right, so all the supervisors, they already provide like some topics that might be interesting for you to pursue, but you're free to choose something that is related to entrepreneurship. And that's what I did with my partner. We decided to write about 3D printing and the impact that it brings on the dependency we have nowadays from single-use plastics from China. So that's what we're doing in our master thesis. So if you are into that, if you know a lot of 3D printing technologies, just type in a comment, please, in this video, and I'll get in touch with you so we can talk a little bit more about that, and I can learn from you, and you can also learn from the program. That would be great. All right, so we had a meeting with the thesis supervisors, and they gave us feedback on the thesis proposal, what is good or bad from what we chose, and also to give some guidelines on how this module is going to be structured, all the sessions we have with the supervisors to get feedback and how they're going to help us. And they set it clear what the goals are for these steps. All right. And they also released an agenda for the deliveries we need to do, just like Craig did for the entire course, but they did it specifically for the thesis course. Okay, so that was pretty interesting. And that was it for the week 21st. All right. And then we moved on to the weekend 22nd, which was from the 25th to the 29th of January, so pretty recently, last week. So we had to do like a pitch deck again, but not from our business idea. So we had to choose a pitch deck from a famous and existing firm that had presented that pitch to investors. You can find a lot of pitch decks online. So that's what we did. We went through a lot of pitch decks that we found online. We had to choose one that pleased us the most, and we had to do an analysis on that pitch. All right, so we basically had to pitch the pitch, all right, to our classmates, and using the slides, the original slides, but using our own methodology of pitching, but trying to figure out what they wanted to say in each specific slide. After we pitched, we had to do like a critical analysis on that pitch, which was pretty interesting. We had a book to read. I'll leave the link for this book on the description so you can check it out. And we had to relate the pitch that this company did years ago with the theory from the book, and do like a critical analysis and see what's good, what's bad, what they could have improved, differences from past pitches, from pitches in the present, and that was quite interesting. And after that, we also had a lecture with Lund Innovation, LU Innovation, and they were talking basically about funding opportunities within LU Innovation. So they have basically the LU support grant and also the Leapfrog grant. All right, so there are 2 grants that you can get. I'll go with the numbers just quickly. So for the LU grant, we have 3 phases. So it will be the collaboration phase, which you could get up to 150,000 Swedish crowns, which is about 15,000 euros for this first step. And then you have the verification for growth, which goes up to 300,000 Swedish kronas, which goes around 30,000 euros. Then you have the accelerator, and if you qualify, you get an extra 30,000 euros or 300,000 Swedish kronas, all right? For the Leapfrog scholarship, it's basically individual, so you can apply as groups, but they will grant the study individually, and that's basically for you to focus 100% on your business during the summertime, all right? So the process starts right now. You have to apply up to February, and the grant will come only in July, if I'm not mistaken. And it funds you for 3 months working 100% on your business ideas. And then you have some seminars, some lectures to attend from the Leapfrogs grant that will help you through this process and how to better achieve the results you want in your startup, all right? So that's pretty cool, and that's about 3,300 euros for the 3 months. So they will be divided, so it's 1,100 euros per month for 3 months, all right? So that's pretty much those 2 Leapfrog scholarships and the LU scholarship. I'll leave the link for them in the description of this video so you can check it out and read in more detail, because I'm not going to go through every detail, but they have all the details in their page. So what do you need to apply, what are the requirements, and etc. All right, so check it out, and that's a pretty cool thing to do. So guys, that was pretty much it for the first month of the second semester. So the entire January was around that, and now we'll be focused basically on thesis and the entrepreneurial project. I'll still give you an update on how things are going, but I don't see why doing it weekly, because we're not having classes every day. So it will be more to focus on our projects and master thesis. So I might not have too much to share on a weekly basis. So I decided to do a monthly basis just to sum it up and provide you still an update on how the course is going. I can also talk about how I'm doing my research as well for the thesis, and talk about my project maybe. But let's see how it goes, all right? So if you have any suggestions, just leave it out in the comments. Don't forget to leave me one of these bad boys right here, because it helps me out. And share with friends who are trying to apply or whatever, because that also helps me out, all right? So thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I see you on my next video.